Hey, what's up, naughty community? Welcome back to my naughty hobby with Amber for another super easy crochet tutorial. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to create this stitch pattern that I've decided to call squared up, just because with the combination of our spaces here creates these nice squares. This pattern is ideal for beginner crocheters trying to get comfortable with the basic stitches. So let's go ahead and get started. Today I'm going to be using a 3.25 millimeter hook and some I think this is number 2 cotton fiber. You can use whatever size hook and yarn you have available to you. Set that over to the side. So in order for this pattern to work up correctly, our foundation row needs to consist of a multiple of 10 plus 3 stitches. So we're going to go ahead and start with a chain of 23. Now when we talk about the foundation row, this does not include our beginning turn chain, which a lot of people get confused with when you're talking about the multiples you need to work with. So we'll start off by chaining for our foundation 23. There's 12. And 23. So we have our foundation chain. Now we need to create our turn chain without giving up any of the stitches in our row because we have the needed amount to make the pattern work. So now we're going to add 2 more chains for our turn. And this last stitch of the 23, that's going to count as our first stitch. So this turn chain, those extra 2 chains, plus this one count for our first stitch. We're going to work our next stitch into the next chain. So we're going to go 4 chains from our hook and place a double crochet. So we have 2 stitches there. We're going to double crochet into the next chain. Now we'll chain 2. Skip our next 2 chains. And we're going to double crochet into the next 3. We're going to follow that pattern all the way across, ending with a double crochet into our last 3 stitches. So again, chain 2, skip the next 2 chains, double crochet into the next 3. chain 2, skip the next 2 chains, double crochet into the last 3. Your foundation row should be looking like this. Now we're not going to be working with chains when we turn, since we're using the double crochet. We're going to use the alternate to that, which is a standing double crochet, to begin our new row. So how you'll do a standing double crochet is insert your hook into the very first stitch and pull up a loop. Yarn over and pull through both. Essentially, you've created a single crochet. Now you're going to insert your hook into that front leg and pull up a loop. Yarn over and pull through both. You've created a standing double crochet. Now we're going to chain 2. Skip over the next 2 stitches, and into those chains that we created in our previous round, we're going to double crochet. And I go right under that bottom loop. In both. Now you're going to chain 3. Skip over your next 3 stitches. Work a double crochet into the next 2 chains. We're going to follow this pattern all the way across, chaining 3 and skipping over those 3 stitches, and then working the double crochet into our chains. Let's get this knotted up yarn situation untangled. This pattern is really easy to memorize because it's just 2 rows. 2 rows of repeating the same thing. So chaining over those solid stitches, a chain for each one, and then a double crochet into our chains. The only part that changes on this pattern is the beginning and the end, because we would have nowhere to connect to if we did 3 chains over the last 3 stitches. So I'll chain 2, which matches the beginning, and we're going to do a double crochet into that second chain that we made for our turn chain. So again, turn your work and work out 2 more rows together. Standing double crochet in our first, and a double crochet into each chain. If it's easier, you can go right over the chains. I feel like it keeps my work a little bit straighter when I actually use the back bump. So there's our 3. And then over our solids, we'll always chain the same amount of solids that we had in the previous row. So 2 chains and then a double crochet into each of our next chains. It does help if you work your chains a little bit looser. Makes it easier to maneuver your hook in there if you're working through the back bumps. And then of course a double crochet into the top of that standing double crochet. Keep our edges nice and straight. Turn your work. And that's all there is to this basic, boxed out stitch sequence. I'd love to see what you guys end up creating with this, even if you just do a small swatch like I did here. Hope that you guys are having an absolutely wonderful Thursday. Thanks for stopping by my page today, and happy hooking. Have a good one, guys, and I'll chat with you all real soon.